Hello and welcome to My Own Lily Boutique. My name is Lily and I am the owner of My Own Lily Boutique. I make hair bows and purses and wallets and other crafty things that I might think of, come up with, see. Who knows what you might learn on this channel, but I hope you learned something. I hope you learn maybe some tips and tricks. Today I'm going to show you how to make these cute keychains that I designed for my granddaughters to make for their other grandmothers. And they're super cute, super easy. Takes a little, excuse me, a little bit of vinyl. This one is a shaker. You can shake it and these little pieces here will shake. I thought they were super cute. Just made out a little bit of vinyl and a little bit of plastic, a key ring, a D-ring, a rivet. Doesn't take much. So let's get started. First we need some vinyl. This is just a roll of vinyl. I'm going to turn it upside down because it's easier for me to just draw this on and then cut it. So I just made this out of just a piece of cardstock. You know, we used to make hearts all the time in school. So, and actually we only need this piece. But I'm going to take it, and all I'm going to do is trace it so that I can then cut it out. It's just easier to trace. And then, and you need two of these. You need one for the front and one for the back. The back one, you don't need that center heart cut out. Although, if you wanted to, that could be kind of cool, I think. So, somebody give it a try and let me know how it works out for you. Or maybe I'll try it later. Who knows? But anyway, then you're just gonna, you can use a piece of, a pair of scissors. Or I use a rotary cutter. I think I'm going to use my little scissors here just to make that a little better. And there's some right there. You don't have to be this picky. Remember, it is, especially these ones, are for little kids to give their parents, grandparents, whatever. So there we go. Okay. So like that. Now, if you have a piece like this, you're going to need a piece to clip your hook on. So this little piece is about 2.5 inches by 1/4 inch. So, and so it's about 2.5. What did I say it was? 2.5. Okay. So we'll just go 2.5 by 2.5 by 1/2. Okay. So you can just take your little piece there and you wanted it 2.5, so where's 2.5? There's 3, there's 2.5 by 1/2. Moved. Because I'm trying to do this on camera, it makes it a little difficult. Let's try that again. Okay. One more time, just to make sure we got it for the people in the back. Okay, 2.5. Let's do the 2.5 first this time. Okay, there's 2.5, and then we're going to do it by 1/2. So we'll take our little 1/2 there. Okay, that's much better. Then you have a piece that looks like that. Then you're going to need some rivets. Then I have this hole puncher. You could use anything to punch a hole in it. I also have, I think these are called Chinese or Japanese hole punches. You could use that. So then I just take my 2 pieces that I have. And you need a D-ring. So here's the little D-ring. Need to put your D-ring on your little tab, just like so. Then you take your back and you put your on there. You need to make sure. So here's where the end of the heart is. The end of that tab is clear down here, okay? Because you got to leave room for the hole. All right. Then, very carefully, you need to line these parts up, these pieces up, and they should line up pretty good. Up here on the top. Be sure and hold that in place till it looks good. Make sure it's centered like that. Okay, we're going to take our little hole punch, whatever you use, just make sure you get all the pieces. Okay, and put your rivet in. Make sure you're lining up there. Get rid of that little piece right there. Okay. And then put that on, and then we'll take it to the rivet press later and press that so that it stays on. Okay? Okay. Rivet press. So you can't quite see that. It's kind of off camera, but just set that rivet so it won't come off. Now, the next thing you need is a piece of vinyl, clear vinyl. Now, you can get this, you can actually even get this at Walmart. They have it on the rolls behind their cutting desk usually, and it's like a tablecloth cover vinyl. I remember my mom years ago had a tablecloth on her table and she had it covered in vinyl. I didn't know that that's what it was at the time, but that's what it was. So for this, you're just going to cover this inside piece. So you're just going to need it to be roughly, give or take, 3 inches by, give or take, maybe 2. And we can always cut some of that off if we need to. So this is a 3-inch piece. So I just need 2 inches of this. So, and it can be kind of hard to see because it's clear. There it is. 3. Okay, by 2. We'll just cut that off. Okay, now for this, you're going to need, I have found that the best thing to use for this is a hot glue. I tried some regular tacky glue and that didn't work. It didn't stay. So you just open this up, squeeze your all around the heart, and I'd make it, I mean, not real close to the edge, but kind of close. And then take your piece and set it in there. And we came up a little short. I got a little high there, so I'm going to see if I can do this and pull it down without messing it up too bad. I might have to redo this because I might have just messed it up. Okay. There, it's on there. I did get a streak. Okay. Okay. Make sure it covered this bottom, because that's where my problem was. How I had to take it off is because I had to make sure it cut that bottom. I did get a piece. There's some hot glue across here, but I can take that off when I'm all done. And you can take your scissors and just cut off this extra here, because you don't need it all the way out to the edge. Okay. The inside, it doesn't matter how much you have as long as you're not messing it up. So, and if you've worked with hot glue, you know it's pretty easy to remove hot glue once it dries. So we'll clean this all up before we do it. Okay, so we want to make sure that our hearts, but our front and our back heart, are even. Now for this next part, because what we're going to do is we're going to take embroidery thread and just lace it around the heart. And this is the part that your little one gets to do, whoever your little one is. You could do one of two things. You could just use a needle and thread and pull it through. Although for little kids, the vinyl is kind of thick, so it's kind of hard for them to do. So what I do is I use my handy dandy little hole puncher here. Make sure that's even. And I punch holes in it, and I don't measure it. I just make sure it's away from the edge a little bit. I can't tell you how many. I just do what I think it's gonna need to go around this. Okay. Whoops, that one was a little close. And then make sure it's going through the back. Just kind of hold your piece there so that you can do it. Oops, got glue on my finger. Like I said, this isn't perfect. This is a little kid's project. You know, and sometimes the little differences is what makes it so much more special to us parents or grandparents. Is the fact that it isn't perfect, because it's handmade by our little ones. So you just go all around. Now, I don't know if you can see this or not. There's a little, that isn't quite cut perfect. So there's a little bit there. One of two things. You can either leave it. It's not going to really hurt anything. Or if you're a little pickier like me, you just trim it off. even. This little piece right here looks to me like it's squared off and it should be rounded, so I may just leave it, actually. Just leave it the way it is, okay? Now I wanted to tell you what we're going to put in the middle of this is one of these little hearts. I got these last year, possibly at Hobby Lobby, just in there. It was in a package of just these hearts that you could use for whatever purpose you wanted to use them for. The foil one or the matte one. The foil ones over the year kind of, I don't know what they did. I mean, this one would work because it's got one good side. But one of these that we're going to put into this after we get some sewing done, okay? Okay, so let's get on. All we need now is some embroidery floss, just that much. I took off a piece about 50 inches long or so. This is just a needle. Let's see if I can tell you what size it is. These are, well, it says size 1 through 5. These are just cotton darners. You just need something that has a big enough eye hole that you can thread your needle. Let's see how many times it takes me to thread this needle. Sometimes licking it helps. I'm sure that's the most sanitary. But I'm sorry if you hear the walking around upstairs or the running. That's my 2-year-old, almost 3-year-old granddaughter. There we go. She tends to be a bit noisy. So I double this. So I know you can't really see it all, but I'm going to take it clear down to the end so that it's doubled. And then I will tie the ends. Okay. Just put a little knot in it. Those aren't even. Now they're even. I do things the technical way. If it's not even, just cut it off. It'll be even. It'll be okay. It'll be okay. Okay. I don't want a very long tail on it. Just a little bit. Because you're going to take this. And this is the part that you teach your little one to do so that they learn how to sew. They think I have a little 4-year-old granddaughter, and when she made one, and when she made it, she was thrilled, and she had to tell everybody that she knew how to sew now. And I put it back through that hole and that hole again, okay? And I keep telling my little granddaughter, you pull it tight because you want those 2 edges, okay? So then you just teach them to overcast. I need to put this so you can see it. In through the back, out through the front. And this is why the little holes help, because it's a little hard for them to get that. But you just go in through the back, out through the front. Okay? Pull tight. And I had to sit with her, of course, to do it. But by the time we got around this first edge here, she was pretty much doing it on her own. And she was 4. There were times that she had a little mix-up, but she even caught on that if she could get it through the back, but she couldn't get through the front, she'd lift this piece up and find it and put it in. And that was without me telling her. So these little kids are pretty darn smart when it comes to doing stuff. But she just thought that this was the best thing in the world, and that she was sewing, and she was making something for Mommy and her other grandma. Yeah, so she was quite thrilled. So we're just going to keep going around. You could probably do this with material, like a cotton material. I'm not sure how that would work. I mean, you could, so many things you could do. And you know, making the heart pattern, you can make it as big or as small as you want. Because there is no like set pattern. You know, you just fold the paper in half like we used to do back in the day in school. I don't know if anybody does that anymore. Okay, then after you get so far, you want to leave room that you can put your little heart in, okay? Now, my hot glue seems to work really well. So you just open this up. And what I did is, I had my granddaughters do with this one what they do at Build-A-Bear, where they kiss the little heart and make a wish and put it in their teddy bear. Well, I had her kiss it and make a wish, and then she got to put it in. You just slide that right in there, just like that. And then you just keep on sewing. And then once I get to the end, move that D-ring so you don't get it in there. Put it in there. And then I just kind of went up the side there. And I did this part for her. Put a little knot in there. And then go down a few. Maybe put another knot in there. Whatever you feel that you need to do, that it's going to stay. And then put it back behind there a couple. And then just cut it off. And make sure that side goes in there. And there you have. Oh, you need a key ring. So you open that up. And then you put it on that D-ring. And there you have a cute little keychain. Now, my daughter, for that other one, my other daughter had some of this confetti, I guess is what it is, funfetti, whatever. And we didn't use the big hearts. We just used these hearts in this other one. But it's the same basic idea. You do the same process, only at the end you put these little hearts in. And that's how we made that one. So there we have it, all done. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like, subscribe, hit the like, subscribe, and the notification bell down there so that you can get notified when I upload more videos. Thanks so much for watching. Thank you.